Y'all got it, y'all got it, y'all got it. So let's celebrate. Come on, Calvin, let's do this. Now I need everybody to clap your hands. Sing along with me. Father, Father, Father. Let the people say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Let the nation say, Holy Spirit. Yes. We adore you. Whole world say it. And the beat goes. Father, Father, Father. We praise you. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. We adore you. Holy Spirit. Yes. We adore you. Everybody come on. Father, in creation, dear than universe is in your hands. It's in your hands it is. You're the king of every nation. We love to sing your words throughout the land. Throughout the land. Somebody say, Father. Lord and Savior, you came to set us free. Your nails got a hand. Your nails got a hand. You purchased our salvation when you died on Calvary. You are the Lamb, the Lamb, the Lamb. You are the Lamb. You are. Somebody say, Father. Show us your plan. Hallelujah, we confess that we need you to lead and guide us to all truth. We're in your hand. We're in your hand. Somebody say, Father.
I'll put it to Trump.
Say it! I lift my voice to let you
Greetings, 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 greetings. I am King Clifford Jefferson, a Senator Godfrey, the fifth Caravan Jew, son of folk, ruler of Jerusalem. I'm the reincarnation of King Edgar, the peaceful, the King of Peace. We know him as the Vicar of Christ or Melchizedek, King of Righteousness. It is October 27th, 2025, which is equivalent to our birth year, 2975. I greet you in the name of all the ancestors, predecessors, successors, all those who are trying to get an understanding of what it is that we are here and called to do in the present day. Once again, this is part two, the English Empire in the Continental America. Part two of the English Empire in the Continental America. Hold that thought. Once again, greetings for you all to be here today. This is called part two, the English Empire and the Continental in the Continental America, meaning inside, within, okay, within the landmass of what we now call present day North America. So it's very important to remember what I spoke about in part one, because we're going to impact that and expound upon that in part two. Okay, it's very important that you comprehend. Okay, because many are called, but few are chosen. And we look around the world, you see what we call the protests of no kings. You got people claiming to be king, and there's only four ways that a person can truly. I mean, there are four ways a person can be a king. All right, but there's only one way to truly become a king, and we must realize that through the examples that I put forth. One way is what we call a right of discovery, right of conquest, all right to impose upon the other's domain or territory. It's called prescription of sovereignty. The other one, and one is also called by way of voting is what we call right of suffrage, the right to vote somebody in there. Another one is called right of what we call a legislative enactment, all right? And then there's one called legal fiction, okay? Legal fiction. When we read the histories of our past leaders, rulers, emperors, sultans, kings, all right? We look at them in the idea of being non-existence, all right? Meaning that we're not saying they're not real, but they're non-existence. And the present reality that we call reality, based upon our observation, this is based upon uh, or the product of the people. Okay, when we say people, we're not just talking about regular people, everyday people who wake up in the morning, feed their children, indulge with them, uh, learn them how to live within society. All right, all this is totally different from going to work. Okay, going to school, going to a vocational school. All right, going to a dormitory or any type of guild society. Okay, based upon education. This was created off the offices of the society that you're subject to. When I say society, I'm talking about the people and the government that they're connected to. All right. We call that a corporate body. All right. The government, corporate body, state, commonwealth, whatever you call it. All right. Very important to understand where you call it. Here we call it America. And America is broken down to what we call states, counties, and municipalities. So when we understand ownership rights of the owner is considered the grantor. The grantor conveys it to the grantee. All right. The grantee can either be two person, well, one person, the trustee, the beneficiary, I should say, not the trustee. The trustee is the third person who fits in to be able to convey the property through lottery as a result of the language of the actual testamentary, which would be a will, which is what we call uh, voluntary versus involuntary. Which is involuntary, then there's no proper transfer. Okay, when it's an involuntary transfer of land, that's through police powers, eminent domain, or pretty much what I just discussed prior to me opening up. That's very important because when we're dealing with the land in North America is ran by a ruler. That will be your president. He's considered to be what you call your sovereign. Okay? Who could be considered to be the sovereign. The governor will be what we call the tenants, and the mayor will be the subtenants, and the people who are subject to all those capacities will be what we call their modern day commoners, peasants, serfs, etc. All right, so it's very important to understand that when that corporate body politics under those corporate powers, under the corporate personhood, who created based upon idea. This idea came from a mental capacity of the people. Not talking about the people that were there before them, but the capacity of the people and the capacity of that people at that time under the corporate body, under the corporate persons, under the corporate powers was that of the Fifth Amendment to take. All right, eminent domain. That's very, very important. So, as I said in my past, in my prior lecture, I said slavery was instituted by way of a legal fiction when person became property. So, through a corporate personhood, which is a legal fiction, that property will become persons, and this is called corporate personhood. All right. So right now, you as heirs don't exist, okay, because your disentitlement from the inheritance under the authority that preserved the conveyance, which was called the crown under the guidance of the king. All right. Now, everybody wants to be king. Like I said, America don't have a king as a result of the corporate body of politics and the corporate body and the corporate powers that they have. Let alone the statute calls for a king here in North America. I don't know about in the UK, but there's people over there now in the UK claiming to try to be king of the UK, and they present these arguments to Parliament, and Parliament is not the proper form in regards to returning back the land. Okay, the proper way to uh, return the land by way of a future interest, do what we call conditions subsequent, is do what we call a lawsuit. Okay, no one has took in that avenue as a result of their lack of understanding of the law. All right, so with that, let's get started with this marvelous lecture. This video is by a gentleman over from the Windrush generation, which were inhabitants over in what they call the UK from a specific time period that claims to link back to the ancient British identified as dark skin or black or whatever name you choose to throw upon it. Okay. And it's based upon the archaeological findings of the Cheddar Man. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to get to the video so I can go into part two of the English Empire in the continental America. Not over in the UK. It never was over in the UK. All right, very important. Let's get it. Now I'm gonna stop it, and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna stop it and explain and make clear some of the things that apparently it's not clear to him. All right, so let's get it.
Struck my interest, and I have been following you on TikTok. I don't believe that a lot of people are familiar with the information. You know, there's so much entertainment. All right. Greetings, greetings. Thank you so much for coming in, King Lancelot. We wanted to definitely have you express the information. I'm very intrigued as to everything that's going on. The presentation that you made to so-called Prince Charles, so on and so forth, struck my interest, and I have been following you on TikTok. I don't believe that a lot of people are familiar with the information. You know, there's so much entertainment to distract us a lot of times that people are able to focus. So I definitely wanted to bring you over here so that the community would be able to understand what you're doing and the importance of it. And you can go over some of these things as well. I really appreciate your time, and I'm going to go ahead and mute up and allow you to present. Thanks for coming.
Give thanks. I appreciate it. All right, welcome everyone. Again, it's Lancelot, King Lancelot. We're in the UK, but again, it's for the families that are all across the world. It's for those American, especially because they make up the majority of the royalty that were in England.
Did you hear that? You said especially the Americans, because they make up the majority of who was in England. Okay, this is Lord Lancelot. This is his webpage. All right, he's claimed to be making presentments in Parliament, but that's not the proper forum because the laws he makes use within his argument does not apply to the laws that are used in the UK at the present day. Okay, very important.
The Caribbean, you have the Americans. These are what made up, at least you would say, 80%, because there was a lot of us that were moved, a lot of us that were transferred area to area based on the wars. So I'm just going to go through what I do and the website so everyone can know what.
From what I'm hearing, that 80% of the inhabitants of England, which is presumed to be what they call now the UK, were removed and went elsewhere. But he just said 80% of the population who were removed are over here in America. That's what he said.
I'm about. All right, so again, House of Lancelot. The House of Lancelot is also a constitution and a local board of health. The constitution is an imperial one, it's a royal one. It's adapted from, again, all of the royal laws that is established in England, and this is for all of the families all across the world. It's a family based. That's why it's just grassroots, so everyone can be a part, be accountable for what they know or what they don't know, and it's also transparent. You can see everything, and it's a blueprint. It shows you all the aims, it shows you all the purpose, everything, and you can adapt it because it's just making sure that the family, the royal family, the crown family, know how, the constitution, how they set up their institute set up, because these are the things that they're using and taking our inheritance. And the local board of health is law.
He said the Constitution, I assume over there, or if you're referencing here, is what they're doing to steal our inheritance. I explained that to you under New Jersey's Constitution, 1947, Article 4, paragraph Section 6, paragraph 3 and 5. I explained that to you. I explained this to the court at my last hearing, which was this past Friday. Okay, but this was the fee simple absolute property that was taken by the state of New Jersey, and anywhere America gets, New Jersey gets there first, because New Jersey in 1702 was in fact the crown. Okay, the tenure of the crown is the king, called crown land. You know, you won't hear none of this language from this gentleman. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm not just talking. He's promoting his website. He's promoting for you to petition, all right, within that corporate body of politics, which is not going to hear your argument. Okay, for something for which he's trying to acquire, you need to file a lawsuit, my brother. Okay, against that entity. All right, very important. All right, so it's very important to understand that you know, if he got what, 2.2 million, 2.89 thousand subscribers. Think about it, y'all.
That's based on health and safety, which is the highest power that you can have on the land. Health and safety. Health and safety allow you to inspect and audit public offices, judges, also police. It's powers that you're going to see, you know, throughout the life, that this is your inheritance. Genealogy by your blood, law, also constitution. So this is what makes up the House of Lancelot again, and we're established at the highest level, and it's just now the family, because within every royal constitution, everything is based on weight and measure. So weight is based on the intelligence of that family, and the measurement is how much family is united. So that's why you get unions. This is a royal thing, and it's based on how much people come together within their family union. And so right now I'm uniting the whole royal imperial crown family that's all over the world, right? So this is houseoflancelot.org. And like we mentioned, we're connecting families back to their roots. And this is an imperial roots, a crown roots, and it's intelligence. You know, after approach it from an intellectual point of view, the intelligent point of view, because that is just based on, again, how the system functions and how it works. But those that are operating, they're not operating with the intelligence that that have priority to operate. So that's why you can see it, the way that it's functioning is not old enough, because it needs our intelligence. All right. So that's why then you will see some of us working along with them, that's keeping that system going. It's just us. And because that is a primordial state, and this is why the royalty and the crown makes sense. I'll give you.
They said primordial. We call that immemorial. Time where memory cannot even go. Okay, where the physical body can't even go. Okay, so you have to connect the time immemorial, all right, that you claim to exist from, and make that apply in your present reality. Okay, there must be some type of bridge created between some type of literal text or some law that you claim preserved you today, which in case he speaks about English law. So wherever laws he's using, all right, to facilitate that conveyance as him being king, because he's the only one that can convey the land through proper lottery of season. If there was a proper conveyance, it wouldn't be off no constitution, and it wouldn't be off no board of health. Okay, that's one thing, especially if you claim to be the king of England and that you're going based upon the laws of England, because that is not England. That is called the United Kingdom. United Kingdom, as I showed you at the time of the English empire in the continent of America, that map was created by Morton. What was his name? Morgan. What's his gentleman's name? Robert Morton. Okay, he created this map, and this map is right there in New Jersey Superior Court room on the second floor. Okay, this map is almost $50,000. All right, and it says that before the unification of Great Britain in 1707. Okay, before the unification of 1707, we called it Great Britain. Kingdom of the English Empire was right here in North America. We have legislation, statutes to prove it, all right, that don't involve present day modern day UK statutes or legislation, because that's a different corporate personhood, different corporate body, and different corporate powers. That okay.
Also, we have the magazine so you could keep up with what's going on and all of the events. It's spectacular. Just leave your name, your first name, last name, your email, and join our mailing list, and you'll find everything within the magazine on what's going on. Also, as I'm reading out OIM and our Royal Institute, our mission is to build and promote a Phoretic Family Institute, an educational facility in psychology, history, and law for the Commonwealth, for the Windrush Commonwealth realm, families internationally and locally and internationally. Phoretic meaning black family, like Phoretics, like meaning the black crown. And this is again would be very new to a lot of people that's been in a different state of mind, but this is our reality. You know, the crown of Pharaoh is the black crown, and it's the imperial crown. So meaning it's the highest, and we are all the children of that. And that meaning we are and that's in reality, not biblical, but reality. That's why we are called the sons of God, sons and daughters of God, because you know in history Pharaohs are God, and we are the children. And listen up, so we have
one more thing. He's lacking the knowledge of what the crown actually is. Use that word crown loosely without understanding how it applies to England and in lieu of the representation of a government that you claim to be the leader of. All right.
Have latest news that comes out. You know, one of them is the crown is your birthright, because the crown is your birthright, and you're gonna see everything that you know in regards to this, right? And that's the highest form of authority you can have within you. And I'm gonna show you everything again based on that. And so the crown is your birthright is my research and discovery, you know, based on my family, bloodline, lineage, and all that I discovered throughout traveling, going through again all of the oldest institute, you know, like Egypt, Ethiopia, again Rome, you know, all of those where I see again my family's influence all over, and all of the other families, because when I found out, I realized I'm connected to so much, and there are so much other family members that's within the charters, right? So that's why it became a bigger issue. So you know there was a historical event majority of us may not of being aware of, but we need to be aware. So I'm going to show it. This was in Parliament. I went in Parliament due to the fact that again the kingdom who built the people that built the kingdom that is mostly being recognized, like the Windrush generation, they're being misplaced through administrative errors, and this is by purpose, because the UK is under foreign jurisdiction or foreign government, and they're causing a lot of corruption. So I couldn't really take it no more. So I had to just make a change for my people, and you'll see the video.
Play the video.
It sounds like the video's muted.
The video muted?
No, you can't hear it. It's muted.
Oh, 1 second. I don't know if it's from. You can't hear the video. Can you hear me?
No, I can see it. I can see it, but I can't hear it. It's muted.
Okay, I'm not too sure how that 1 second how that works. On not too 1 second. So again, if everyone can just go on the website, you'll be able to see the actual footage. And because it's important to know what's going on. Also, coming up soon due to the fact that we have been moved out from our royal identity and that type of solution for us as people. I've got my institute, the House of Lancet Institute of Learning, coming soon. That's been done by, again, excellent Awoken. She's a part of the primordial team. And there were some interviews that were done on, because we're still.
That says the crown is your birthright. But he had no idea there about the crown because the crown he's talking about is the or the corporate personhood, the corporate body, and the corporate powers of the UK. Okay, which wasn't based upon an inheritance. It's based upon usurpation. Okay, conquest, undermining. Okay, everything that was done in regards to the UK, Great Britain, Kingdom of Great Britain, all that goes all the way back to the 14th century. Okay, and when you look at the New English Empire in the continent of North America, the seal you see on there is the seal of the Kingdom of England from 927 to 1707. The Kingdom of England was ruled by the House of Wessex when it was unified by Alfred the Great, moving it to a royal kingdom or what we call a a kingdom unified kingdom. Before it was called a heptarchy, which was separate kingdoms made up of what we call barbarian tribes. His descendants, that would mean his grandsons, Atherton, Edward the Elder, Edmund, okay, his sons, Edred, Ethelred the Unready, our Jesus Christ, King Edgar the Peaceful, all right, his predecessors, okay, this would be those who descended down from uh, Malcolm the Third's wife, Margaret of Scotland, Queen of Wessex, Edward, what we call Edward the Exile, Edward the Confessor. From then it passed on to who? Godfrey the Fifth Caravan Jew, when between what we call the marriage between Queen Matilda and what we call uh, uh, what's his name? Uh, Godfrey the Fifth Caravan Jew, the son of folk, the ruler of Jerusalem. Okay, this is the language you should be knowing in regards to the tinker that you're claiming to be officer holder of in regards to an inheritance that's supposed to be conveyed to the successors that will be in fact the heirs. Okay, let's continue.
Still in the Black History Month, it's very important to see these interviews because it gives you a opening on everything that is going on, and there is a law for us, meaning everyone that is born beyond sea. There it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're able to know your genealogy, your bloodline, trace it, and it returns to the kingdom as it should. If you're in America, you're one of the king's children of these of the earlier times.
Okay, so he said there's a law in regards to those born abroad. Okay, this is called the king's overseas possessions. It's called a radical title. Okay, a radical title. Let's define that. I said I was gonna look it up last time, and I didn't. Let me look it up now. Yes, low and slow.